Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm glad you're joining me today. You can find me at stampwithdeb.com, and I'm on Facebook Live every Tuesday at 3 o'clock and Pacific time. And I'm so happy you're here with me today. Let's get started. I have a really fun project for you today. So this is a stamp set that I'm using for today's project. It's called Bottled Happiness, and Stampin' Up! Did an amazing job with this set in that they created a wonderful punch to punch the large bottle here. There is no punch for this bottle. You'll have to fussy cut that one, but it's really simple to do. And they gave us these wonderful little tiny windows. They're three-dimensional, and they have adhesive sheet both here and on the back, so you could easily make a really cute shaker card with this. And to put in the shaker card, they gave us these effervescent elements, and they are just little teeny tiny round balls. And they are so ideal for this. They are just going to be beautiful. I can't wait to play with these on and make some more cards. But for today, we're not going to use any of the complimentary things. We're going to use the stamp set. And I'm going to show you how to layer these two and just a card that I made. So this is my card that I will be making, and I'm going to show you how I made it. So I started with a piece of Evening Evergreen that is 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. I have 2 pieces to go on the inside, so we'll go ahead and put those in. Whoops, I have a piece of twine here on my adhesive. So if I was going to stamp something on the inside, this is when I would do it prior to putting this adhesive on. And that way, if I mess it up, get it crooked, or just don't like what I've stamped, I can do it again. If I was, a lot of times I will not stamp anything and just leave it blank. And then that way I can just write a note in there. Or I will wait until I'm ready to send it, and then I will stamp something in there. So you want to be careful not to put too many bumps and lumps in your card, so that when you stamp it, you have a nice clean stamping. Okay, and there is the inside of our card. Easy and simple. Now, if you wanted, you could stamp some flowers down here, but I would do all of that prior to. All I would stamp afterwards would be a greeting in the center here. And, if you stamp it crooked, if you're one who you stamp crooked, stamp it crooked. Make it crooked on purpose. Then it looks like it was intended to be that way, which it was. If you stamp it crooked and it's not what you wanted, you can always stamp a piece of paper and die cut it and put it on top. And then that way it's nice and straight. Okay, so now let's start on the front. So to start with, I'm going to show you our new masking paper. And this is one sheet of it. It comes in a package, and they're 5 by 7, and there's 12 in the package. And I am loving these right now. I have cut a strip off. What did I do with my strip? I lost my strip. Okay. It was here, but now I've lost it, which is okay. We can do it again. And so this is my paper that I'm going to work on. And I am going to, let's see, what do I want to do? Do I want to cut this off? Yes, I'll just cut off a little piece of it. Okay, so I'm going to cut just a strip here that I'm going to use for masking. And we'll set that there. And then I am going to show you how else I use this. So I'm going to start with that. And I'm using 3 of the 2021 to 23 in colors. So these colors will still be around for another year. And it's soft succulent, and I'm having a hard time with this one today. Pale papaya. remembering its name. And then Evening Evergreen, and then I'm also using crumb cake. So let's put this right here. And I'm going to start with my soft succulent. Let's move those out of the way. See if we can put them in a place where I won't put my hand in them. And so I'm going to stamp the jug. No, I'm not. I'm not going to start and stamp that one. I'm going to stamp the bottle and the label. So I'm going to start with the label and the soft succulent. And I'm just going to stamp the label just right in here. Knowing my bottle's going to go here. And then I'm also going to stamp the label on my masking. Now this side is the peel off side, so I'm going to turn it over. And this is the side that'll have the sticky on it, and I'm just going to stamp it here. And then I'm going to cut it out. So when I cut it out, I'm going to cut along the white line on the inside because I need for it to be a little bit smaller. It's masking, and so it needs to be a little smaller than the actual image itself. Let's cut that. And this peels off pretty easily as far as peeling it from the tearaway paper. Peeling the sticky one off. Okay, so there is our mask. And I'm going to trim this corner a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm just going to peel away that backing on there. And it came off pretty easy before. Okay, let's grab a piercer, or take your pick tool. Either one of them would work for this. And you're just going to slide it in between those two layers. Yeah, easily said. That's why, if you can, you should stamp over the middle, the center split, the center opening there, because then I would be able to peel this apart easily. There it goes. I just had to get it in there. Okay. So I'm going to cover this up, and I'm just going to leave the green showing around the outside edge. That's okay. I want to press it down pretty good. And then I'm going to come in with my Evening Evergreen and the big bottle. And I'm going to stamp right over top of it, just leaving, pressing it down good. Oops, this is where I wanted my sheet. I'm going to slip that underneath there, and hopefully, so that's where I want my Stampin' Pierce mat, because that's going to give me a good pressure on there, because I'm pressing pretty hard. Okay, you can see that my mask is still on there. So I'm going to peel that off. You can reuse this mask, so we can just set it aside and reuse it. So I would put it in with my stamp set. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp the words. And this says, I'll just find my words. Not those. Okay, they're over here. Yes, it says wine not. I don't know what that means. You guys will have to tell me what it means. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp my flowers, the next thing. I'm going to stamp the leaves. And so what I've done is I've put a dot on the top of the block, and I will indicate that when I take it off. I'll take a Sharpie and put a black dot at the top up here so that I know where the top of my flowers are for future use, because they won't stay on this block. And so I'm just going to stamp them just right in there. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp my flowers, and those are going to get stamped in the pale papaya. And I should be able to line them up fine because of the type of stamp it is, because it's photopolymer. And so I'm just going to look through my stamp. And first of all, I need to find my little dot that I put there, and then just come right down, just like that. And I want it to absorb So I want to leave it there for a little bit, let it soak in so I get a nice image. Okay, now I have my little pot that I'm going to stamp. And this is going to be in soft succulent, just right there. And I'm going to come right up in this area where the flower is, going down. Okay, and then I have already stamped and fussy cut this little pot in crumb cake. And so that is going to go right there. I'm going to stamp the greeting that I have here. And my greeting is going to get stamped in Memento, and it says, sending a little message. And that's going to go right down here. Just like that. Okay, cover that up. I think we're all done stamping. So I stamped this one in crumb cake. All right, and then I'm going to come in with my Wink of Stella, which is right here, and I'm going to color my bottles. I think it makes them look like they're glass. So I'm just putting a very little bit. I didn't even squeeze it. I just shook it a little bit. And I'm just going light. I don't want my colors to bleed. And so just adding that little bit of shimmer to those bottles. Okay, and then I'm going to do that on this one also. Just like that. And it just adds to it, guys. Makes it look like it's a glass bottle. Can you see that? It is just beautiful. Just really pretty. Okay. Now I'm going to add that last one there with dimensionals. And then I'm going to take two pieces of baker's twine, actually. I'm going to cut one piece nice and long and cut it in half. And tie a bow. And then just using a glue dot, attach that to the front bottle. I'm going to pull my loops on my bow so that they're going different directions and they're just kind of crazy like. That one will cut, that one will cut, and then we just need a glue dot. Just right on there. Okay, so let's get our card put together. So I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal and attach that front layer to my Pale Papaya layer, and then attach that one. Whoa. I think I pressed too hard on the last one. Okay. This thing's been working really good all day. Now it's not working very well. Okay. And now we're going to attach that to our Evening Evergreen card base. And then I'm going to finish off with some of the beautiful 2021-23 in color bling. I love what they came out with this year for us to use. So I'm just going to put one over here, one over here, and we'll use one of the larger ones for our last one and put it right here. And there you are. You can find me at stampwithdeb.com, and that's where you can order products as well as find other project ideas. Thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye.